Okay, let's do it. The E36 needs cleaning, so let's show you the best way to wash your car in 2025. These days with social media, there is so much information out there when it comes to washing cars. But for me, all the products I've tried, all the processes I've used, I've come down to this being the best way to make sure your car is scratch-free after you've gone and washed it. So first up, rule number one, we want to make sure that it's not sunny. I've chosen the evening here. Sun's going to go down in about 45 minutes. We're in the shade. That's going to mean that any soaps or water or anything we put on the car aren't going to dry, and that's key. Anything that dries on there is going to stay on there, so we don't want it to dry. Rule number two, we want to do wheels first. Wheels are the dirtiest part of the car, so there's no point in making all our paintwork clean, but then all the crap from the wheels gets washed onto the fresh car that we've cleaned. What's the point? So, like I said, rule number two, do your wheels first. You want to see how I clean wheels? Check out the description. You'll see a link to my wheel cleaning video. Again, nothing beats it. Now that the wheels are all clean, it's time to wash the car, so let's jump quickly into the garage and check out the products we need for the rest of the process. Right, we're in the garage, so let's go over the products that we're going to use to wash the car. Now, the very first step is we're going to foam the car down with soap first. Yes, you heard it, we're going to foam it down first while it's dry. Now here you ask, why do we foam down the car first? Well, this car's dirty. I've been driving in the rain recently, so it's got dirt, grime and all that kind of stuff. We want to break that down first before we get into anything. So we're going to spray down the car first. That foam is going to linger and break down any bad stuff that we don't want on there. Second question, why don't we just rinse that off? Well, if I've got a pressure washer and I'm throwing in 1000 PSI plus into that dirt, I'm pushing that dirt right into the paint. And I don't want to do that. So let's not do that. Foam the car down first. Now, to make all that glorious foam, we're going to need three things. We're going to need a pressure washer, we're going to need a foam cannon, and we're going to need some soap. Now, for pressure washers, that is a deep, dark rabbit hole that we don't have enough time today to go over. But if you want to know which pressure washer is best for you, jump in the description, check out my pressure washing video. That'll go through my main three types of pressure washing systems that will suit basically everyone across the board, from beginner right up to top tier. That's where you want to go. Now, our second element of making foam is, of course, the foam cannon. Now, I have two. I have an entry-level one, which is my MJJC. Think entry-level as a bit cheaper, but as far as cheap foam cannons go, this is like comparing it to this is like a Toyota. Super trusty, going to get the job done. Doesn't cost as much as the Porsche. Now, my Porsche is the MTM foam cannon. This is, again, a little bit more expensive, but I have used this one for about 5 years. It's pretty beat, but it is still working strong. The big difference between the two is that this has stainless steel components inside, and this is brass. This will go well for a couple of years, don't get me wrong. It is the best foam cannon I've seen for the money. Like, if it was a Toyota, it's like the GR Corolla. Like, it's a beast for what it is. But if you want the best, MTM is where you want to go. Now let's talk the soap, probably the most important part, right? So my favorite soap of all time is Kochemi GSF, so this guy right here. Now, when looking at a soap, I look for a few things. Now, one, I'm obsessive about washing my car. I wash it like once a week. And if we look at soaps, I want something that's going to emulsify as much dirt as possible, but I don't want it to damage my car. Now, soaps come in a range from acidic to alkaline, so a low pH to a high pH, and everything in between. The more acidic they are, the harsher they are, the more alkaline, the harsher they are. If you're washing your car once every couple of months, it's not a big deal. But for me, if you're washing it once a week, anything that's too harsh will slowly take a toll on the plastics and rubbers of the car. Especially my 30-year-old E36, those plastics are brittle enough as it is. I don't want to make them worse. So I go for a pH neutral soap. The other part of GSF is it is just a soap. There's no sealants, there's no waxes, and there's no fillers, there's nothing else. So purely, all you're getting from it is cleaning power. It also foams really, really well, has a great smell, is a joy to use on the car itself. So that's why this is the #1 soap in my book. Now to mix the soap into my foam cannon, we're going to mix it 10-to-1. So I find easy for a full car, I just put in 100 mils of soap. Then I top it up with water to fill the canister up. Now a full foam cannon is enough to foam the car down twice, which is perfect for this method. 100 mils of soap, 900 mils of water, and we're good to go. Now for today, to show you can use a cheap foam cannon and still get the best foam, we're going to use the MJJC one. Once the car's been foamed down, we're going to let that dwell for about a minute, let that GSF do its work. Then now's the time to rinse. So step 2, time to rinse the car down. This is where I like to be as thorough as possible. So I'm spraying out door jams, I'm getting in the boot seals, I'm opening up the gas cap, getting all there. This is the time to get on those spots, get as much debris and grime out as possible in this step. Don't be afraid to take your time. Washing cars, it's what we like to do. Make the most of it, enjoy it, it's great. Now you'll notice after our first foaming, we've still got about half of it left. So now's the perfect time, we're gonna foam it once again. Now this time, the job of the foam is for lubrication. When we do our contact wash, having the car covered in foam is gonna give us a bunch of lubrication to make sure that when our wash pad is in contact with the paint, it doesn't grab, it doesn't grip, it doesn't grind anything that's left into the actual paint itself. Now, once we've foamed the car down for a second time, it's time for our 2-bucket wash method. So in this, we have 2 buckets, 2 grit guards, and they're both full of water. Now with buckets, weird enough as it is, I really like clear buckets. I don't know, I just like seeing the soap and the dirt off the car. Before you start, you're going to want to have both buckets full of water and grit guards inserted into them. Now the grit guards are important because they trap dirt that's come off your wash mitt down the bottom of the bucket. So when you rinse that wash mitt, all that dirt's going to come off, settle in the bottom, and then when you go to apply more soap, you're not digging at the bottom and you're taking that dirt back onto the car. That dirt stays in the bucket, not on the car, no scratches. Now is the perfect time, if you have any soap left in the foam cannon, dump that in there, rinse it out, have our foam cannon ready for our next wash. If you feel like you need to top up your wash bucket with a bit more soap, this is the time to do it. We're going to give it a little blast with the pressure washer, get it all nice and sudsy, and we're ready for our contact wash. Now with everything in car detailing, we're going to go from the top to the bottom. Why, you ask? Everything flows down. If we clean the bottom and then wash the top, all the dirt we removed from the top is going to go down our clean panels. We don't want that. Top to bottom. Now, we've got our nice lubed up wash mitt. We're going to do one panel at a time. Going to start by doing half the panel on one side of the wash mitt, then we're going to flip it over, and then we're going to do the other side. Now you'll notice I'm applying basically no pressure with the wash pad. I'm just gliding it across the surface. The surfactants in the soap have already done most of the work, and at this point, we're really just wiping them away. Scrubbing too hard is a common mistake, and that's when we start seeing marring and scratches in the paintwork. Once you've completed a panel using both sides of the wash mitt, rinse it thoroughly in the rinse bucket, then reload it with fresh soap from the wash bucket and continue panel by panel. Simple as that. We're going to work our way down, hit all the panels. We're going to save the sills, the front and rear bumpers till last because they are going to be the dirtiest part of the car. Now that everywhere's covered, we're going to give it one last rinse. The best part about GSF is that you won't see the soap hang around long. Once you rinse it, it rinses right away. One of the reasons I love it. And then it's time for drying. Now drying, please do this when drying. Drying the car is when we touch it the most. So that's our most likely part we're going to have to actually put scratches into the paint. It's not washing it, it's drying it. And the cars are wet, and you think, oh, sure, it's wet, I got to dry it. Water sucks at lubricating. And why do we foam the car down? We foamed it down to lubricate it. So what are we going to use instead of foam? We're going to use a drying aid. For my drying aid, I really love this product from P&S called Bee Maker. It does a great job of providing a nice lubricated surface, but the thing that gets me the most is the gloss that it leaves behind. After a couple of layers of this, you can step away from your car and oh my God, the gloss is just phenomenal. Like, I haven't found a better product that's easy to apply than this stuff. We're going to spray 2-3 sprays per panel. It's not much. The bottle's going to last you a long time. And then with our drying towel, we're going to work in straight lines, drying everything until we are good to go. Finally, the last product is the drying towel. This is a total game changer, and I reckon it's my favorite product that we sell. This dries a whole car piece of cake, and unlike many of the products out there, this comes out of Korea instead. So this is premium microfiber out of Korea, and the one thing we notice from towels from Korea, they just suck up more water. When you pair this towel with the bead maker, this is the ultimate drying solution. One towel, no scratches, gloss, unreal. I mean, it just gets me excited. It's just so good. I'm telling you, this drying towel is the only drying towel you need. I've just dried this whole car and it just, one towel, no problem. It is phenomenal. Now that's the car dry, the job is done. It's time to sit back, admire the results. For me, there's just something about having a clean car. There's that moment of pride knowing it's spotless. It even feels like the engine runs smoother. I don't know, it's just awesome. It makes you want to drive it more. It's just how it was meant to be. Thank you so much for watching. That's the end. All the products I've used today you can find at thedetailformula.com. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment below or even email me a question. I'm more than happy to help. I could talk about this for hours. But thanks again. We'll see you in the next one. Catch you later.